All right, everybody. Today we got Division E East match between Team Frostbite and Regen Rebel going to Infernal Shrines. Did a little bit of research. Both of these teams are currently 1-0 in their matches, so it's going to be one team's first loss. That's all I got. We're going to immediately ban Lunara. Sense strong. Infernal Shrines, pretty good starter map. A lot of teams like going to the Haka, basically seen as the most powerful off lane right now. See if these teams elect to try and do more macro things or just get kills like most people do. But yeah, this is my first time casting. My philosophy is I have to try everything. So just hope this all goes well. Can't hear me. And we're seeing ban on Stukov and Rhaegar. Probably the most intimidating healers in the game right now. And oh yeah, Joanna is left free, so it's going to be immediate first pick. Let's see if Frostbite has some kind of plan. Hasadar is one of the better characters against Johanna because Unstoppable cannot stop her from a wall. Okay, I'm gonna try turning it up, but I feel like this is pushing me into the red zone and I get scared. So, sorry. Tell me if it's any better now. Region Rebel is gonna pick Junkrat and Anduin Light Bomb combo with Joanna and Junkrat. Really good on this map. You kind of just poke the objective every time. And ban onto Brightwing. It's never really strong healer. Yeah, we're gonna see if Vala and Lucio. Want to see if Regen Rebel elects for just more general poking and just try to take control over the objective without having to contest anything. Joanna and Anduin, she can kind of just walk in front of everything. Doesn't have to be bothered. Gazlo could be the off lane and Rainer. Okay. And Varian for the tank. So yeah, Tom Varian. Best tank into Johanna. If you want to try and blow her up, it's kind of what you need. And yeah, going to Infernal Shrines. So looking at these two teams, I'm a little concerned about the damage blow-up potential for Regen Rebel if they try to take team fights, which again they don't necessarily have to do because they can just poke the objective. But if they try to take team fights, they can struggle to burst or punish anything. Uh, Obviously, Frostbite, presumably Talibarian. That's a blow-up comp, classic as it ever gets. They're gonna go after the first target, and if they can get kills, it works. but at the same time, you're trying to blow up into Joe, one of the hardest characters to blow up. Even though they have a comp that's kind of designed to do that, you're still trying to blow up Joe. So let's take a look at these teams. We got Magus on the Varian, Last Malkiar on Tassadar, Cookie on Lucio, Apollo on Bala, Ikoya on Sonya, Firstman Pat on Junkrat, Taco on Johanna, Beast Friend Gazlo, Syl Raynor, and Velray via Anduin. Let's get talents up. Take a look. Anything crazy? Immediately, we're going to be seeing Frostbite look up top, and they're already planting something weird. Regen Rebel is like knows something up. Professor's already going to be soaking in the bottom lane. And Frostbite's just sitting there, waiting for someone to fall victim. Is Gazlo running forward and try to kill him? Is Sonya, though, is going to get the kill? Actually works perfectly. That was genuinely really clean, because when you have variant comp, you can't typically take fights really early, so they just kind of waited and caught someone on rotation. Usually you just have to give up the first fight. See, Raynor, Tassar facing off the offlane. Doesn't like these teams are liking to rotate all that heavily right now. And both starting their respective siege camps. Only just the healers right now. Offlane's just doing offlane stuff. Junkrat stuck in mid clearing, and Regen Rebels taking this bottom camp as well. It's going to be the first major advantage. Although, well, actually, wait, Regen Rebels didn't grab their camp yet. So now the taunt Varian combo comes online, blow up potential. They want to probably just run into the enemy team. We're seeing Frostbite grab their bruiser camp. Regen Rebel might want to support this camp for a little bit. Sonya's coming down to clear. Regen Rebel just posting up around this objective. Probably not a kill on Joe or Sonya. And now the objective starts and no one's at it. Regen Rebel is currently grabbing their bruiser camp, and Frostbite is looking around. They're going to support this top camp for a little bit. So now Regen Rebel is going to respond. And Varian's grouped out of position, and it's going to be able to make it out. Now full 5v5, but doesn't look any deaths. Varian's still on the run, though, getting speed boost from Lucio. And yeah, that's it. The Regen Rebel still has their camp here. It did not get cleared. This Frostbite's going to have to stay a bit. Finish that off. Tassadar maybe thinking about starting objective. Regen Rebel just going to soak mid. Well, 7 talents are out. And yeah, Regen Rebel is just going to take its objective. Johanna is going to try and 1v4 to prevent this push from getting any value in the top lane. So yeah, Frostbite electing not to contest. Taunt on Johanna, going to pop his shield. Still on the run, but Taco is going to make it out. And Frostbite's still just kind of chilling here. While Regen Rebels collecting this objective. Anduin got really low against the singular fast start. And Frostbite are looking to take this forward off of during the time it takes to cap first Punisher. That's really good for Frostbite. However, there's no one defending this bottom Punisher right now. It's like it's tasked, but only Rainer's supporting it. Frostbite's just gonna hard home immediately. And now we have full defense against this Punisher. Regen Rebels looking for a bit of a fight here. Punisher jump, doesn't get punished. They managed to take the fort. Johanna finally joined here. And now there might be a standoff for this camp. So Regen Rebels just waiting. Here comes the task wall, trying to stop it. It's not stopped the Johanna from walking and taking over everything. Tasks are falling very low, so might be able to get the kill. Everyone's speed boosting away. They have nothing to run away to, is what can be real scary. But Frostbite manages to escape. So looking at overall what's been gained off of the first Punisher, one fort has fallen for Frostbite, and Regen Rebel have almost lost their top fort. It's already a very destructive game for Infernal Shrines. Now Regen Rebel's just collecting them push mid. They just keep splitting these resources. Frostbite's busy clearing this camp right now. Sonya was soaking top, and now she's gonna go mid. Everyone's here to defend, but that just means Junkrat can clear top. And Regen Rebel goes for the camp. Immediately catch the Varian. Let's scare him off. Yeah, Regen Rebel knows just how good they are at kind of owning and controlling space. They don't have too much to fear as long as they can avoid the blow up from the Varian. And looks like they're trying to gank on Sonya potentially. They are waiting. It's funny. Regen Rebels is the Johanna, but Frostbite have the Varian pick comp. Ooh, that might be. Well, Sonya barely gets the leap out of there on time. But Regen Rebels has been setting up for all of these ganks, just hanging out in bushes. Taco really far. I'm just going to get the leap of faith from Anduin. On the Johanna, this is the beginning of the blow up. Rain of Vengeance going to get the kill. Vala on that Johanna right before this objective starts, 20 seconds before. This fort, very low. And they managed to do that without having Tassadar. He was doing something bottom. So now Frostbite is going to begin progress on this objective. And Regen Rebel is going to have to try and force them off. Only ult not available right now is Sound Barrier for Lucio. Taunt onto the Gazlo, and he gets the Falling Sword, kill him out. Along with the Light Bomb, Sonya leap on the back line and grab a bomb. Ultimately, he's going to end up in a win for Regen Rebel. That's just chaos. But that's going to Regen Rebel their 13s, and they're going to push a little bit on this top lane before the Punisher arrives, so Anduin still has to be careful. And Regen Rebel are going to take the second Punisher as well. This fort is already taking a lot of damage from this Rainer, just sieging in constantly. This fort is definitely going to fall. Question is, will anything or anyone else? And punch on the Tassadar while he was invis. I don't know how that works, but sure. A lot of damage on Tassadar in back line as a result now. Next punch in from the Punisher, attacking Lucio. Everyone's gonna be fine. Now Regen Rebel gets to kind of do what they want. Might be seeing fight over this siege camp. Oh, Gazlo's placing turret for vision. So Regen Rebel knows Frostbite is on that camp, but they are just going to take bottom camp. Frostbite's sniffing this out a little. No, they're just gonna clear it, play safe. And yep, just safe, clearing camps. Now your team wants to overextend right now. Frostbite getting their bruiser. See, Regen Rebel looking to catch someone on rotation. Someone try to clear something. Maybe it's Tassadar or Lucio. But he's Lucio, and he just skates away. So now Regen Rebel is just going to apply pressure to this mid lane towers. They have their 16s. Frostbite just has to play safe. Regen Rebel can safely clear top. And Regen Rebel looking for... Can you guy said? No, they just lose patience. Clear the wave, push this top lane. And they're just going after the fort. Frostbite wanting to take the fort, but they're losing their keep right now. That's gonna be gone. And yep, deep stun. Regen Rebel moves over to objective. Frostbite are pretty behind this point in terms of towers, but they're not too far behind the next feat. So they can still potentially take a fight, which is what's most important. Bruiser Camp's Chief for Regen Rebel. Now they are looking towards this objective, but still kind of waiting. Letting Frostbite claim about half of the objective. Now they're going in. Light Bomb, Falling Sword lands on the free. Cookie, Lucio's in trouble, gets the sound barrier time. Sonya leaping onto the back line and a taunt onto the Junkrat. Couldn't even see him, he dies, but Sonya is going to die to the eggs. Gazlo gets caught on the retreat. And Varian's kind of left by himself at that point. This Vala, so get kill on Anduin. That's a 3v2 now. Frostbite gets the better end of that fight and takes the objective. These fights are just so chaotic. There's so many like real big abilities you have to be scared about. Like Gazlo lands a big Gravel Bomb. That could just be a team fight. Punisher's gonna push into this mid lane. Looks like not getting that much support. Frostbite, let him take camps. Gives much value. It's kind of sad when you're getting a third Punisher and doesn't even take fort. But better than giving it to the enemies. And those kills are going to put them slightly ahead in XP. Is the one thing they cannot afford to do. Frostbite is fall behind in experience. Both teams just taking camps. And Frostbite hanging around bot. Doing just forwarding. Nope, they're just chilling. Both teams are kind of just idling, waiting for someone to step forward. Only one camp on the map right now. Regen Rebels are going to be slightly behind on their level 20s. They don't get a kill now. Light Bomb just gets thrown out for seemingly no reason. And Regen Rebels are taking this Rusa camp. Okay. Frostbite saying we don't want to fight till 20s. Just giving it to him. Well, that means he seems going to get 20s at roughly the exact same time. Here comes the level 20s. Regen Rebel. Just clearing bot. Frostbite clearing top. These teams do not seem that eager to fight until the objective's on the line. Frostbite may be looking to defend this. Hyperion gets used just to apply some more siege damage. Sonya running forward, maybe looking for a leap. Let's disengage. Frostbite or Regen Rebel just setting up along this objective. There's not that much else to do right now. Frostbite wants to catch someone with this variant. They see people. Get rooted. Joe is in everyone's face. Tastar has to phase out. Falling Sword and Grab a Bomb and Sound Barrier committed. I think Sound Barrier got interrupted. And it's going to be a kill. They finally get the blow up on the Joe. Looks out. So yeah, Frostbite complete their team fight win condition. They should be able to take this objective. Regen Rebel still electing to fight. They're going to get taunt. That's Rainer's going to fall. Yep. Leap Save not coming out in time. Now you're down 5v3, and this, even though you haven't lost a tower in this lane yet, this could potentially be a game-ending Punisher. I'm all too familiar with crazy comebacks as a result of a late-game Punisher. All comes down to the defense of this, making sure you don't stagger out depths. This fort is definitely going to fall. There is some pressure onto this core. 4 catapults. I wonder if Regen Rebel's looking to backdoor. Sonya's coming here to clear. 4 pushing bottom. Now, is this a real backdoor or is this a fake backdoor? Shield's gone. They committed everything. It looks like Rainer's going to get leaped on. There's a lot of trouble with the taunt and the grab bomb. Maybe not needed to commit that many resources, but as a deck trainer. If no one else dies on Regen Rebel, that's still a pretty decent play. Because no one supports the Punisher, and they might still lose this keep. but you're not going to lose the game off of it. Again, unless someone dies, and this variant is on the hunt. He's looking at this Gasol, is going to taunt him. Anduin should be able to save him. Falling Sword is committed, but it's Falling Sword, level 20. Bottom keep is going to fall. So now everyone's responding to both teams. Regen Rebel managed to bring Frostbite's core down to 50%. If it gets pressured by something else again, Fury, an equivalent backdoor like that, wasn't very long, could be the game. So Frostbite has to play carefully. Change just grabbing camps, clearing camps, should play safe. Next death could spiral into the end of the game. Frostbite rotating down to the middle lane. No. Yeah, both teams just chilling. Waiting for someone to step up. Even just the patience on clearing this camp is really important. Regen Rebels just waiting. Sadly, there isn't any reason for Frostbite to rotate down right now. It's not really being pressured. This top camp has been kind of left to just do what it wants. And Frostbite looks like they're finally committing something. They're going to help support... Well, the camp's dead now, but... I say it's not. Help support this top lane. And from one Punisher to the next, this very likely will be game. So, everything here has to go perfectly. I like this little boombox. I don't really like boombox typically, but getting vision, it's an underrated thing Lucio can do. And here comes... Well... Frostbite's going to take advantage and take control over the objectives. Gazel's taking a lot of damage from this follow. Frostbite's already cleared half of this objective. Regen Rebel needs to move forward and make something happen now, but you're running into a team that hasn't really lost many resources. The near infinite Archon getting value. Lucio falling low in the back. Echo gonna get taunted, man. Just falling sword out, and his team, Frostbite, gets caught in the gravel bomb, which means that will likely be win for Regen Rebel. Kill on the Tassadar. Regen Rebel's going to take this objective. Yeah, you have to be just so careful against, I mean, either of these team comps, really. But these gravel bombs have been kind of the difference maker. Gazel lands one, their team wins the team fight. Eco's going to fall. Not much Varian can do. Punisher even going to make it to the core before it ends. Is Varian going to die? Yes, he will. Okay. And Punisher does not quite make it to the end, but that is going to be map 1 win for Regen Rebel. So, yeah, overall, most interesting thing to me is the Gazlo getting so much damage, most damage to anyone in the game. Uh, Actually, the tanks did more damage than the damage, but with Junkrat and Raynor, I kind of expected that, especially with how strong Joe is. Uh, Frostbite tried to run a kill Joe comp, I think, and didn't quite work out. They actually got some decent blow ups, but there's too many things you have to fear from Regen Rebel. Like if you outlast the Falling Sword and the Light Bomb, you still had to worry about Grapple Bomb. So it's a really good, close game. Both teams seem to respect each other a lot, and excited for game 2. All right, now we're getting into map 2, All Trick Pass. First thing I want to say that's kind of interesting to me. Frostbite lost the last map, and they chose to prioritize map pick over first pick. Uh, that's always bold to me, not necessarily wrong, especially if you have a good plan. But right now, giving up first pick means you have to ban two specific heroes instead of banning things that you don't want the enemy to play. Oh, Regen Rebel is still banning Stukov. Frostnight's banning the Hawkeye. Will Frostbite let the Johanna go through again? Oh, Regen Rebel's going to ban the Johanna this time. Okay, sure. Just turn entire script on its side. Well, okay. Frostbite can ban the Rhaegar if they don't want to deal with it, or they can do a targeted ban. And yeah, they're going to ban the Junkrat. This is definitely one of Junkrat's best maps. He can rotate and clear the lanes around the objective really well, and of course he can solve the objective really well. And Regen Rebel is going to put Postman Pat on Tassadar. It definitely seems to be a real comfort pick for him. And Frostbite are gonna get the Rhaegar along with Lunara. Some people, there's a bit of contention as to whether or not Rhaegar is still super strong with Bandward. Uh, some people think that he can be good, but if picked early, he has potential to be punished because both of his ults can be basically completely negated. He's still really strong in general, though. Just a lot of healing, damage, macro, really important on this map, especially those middle camps, because they have such a low timer. You have to be getting them off cooldown, which creates too big of an advantage. Regen Rebels taking Blaze and right wing. I always like Blaze. I don't know if it's off lane or main tank, but Frostbite checks off lane. And they're banning Diablo. Regen Rebel probably wants to ban a tank as well. Something that they don't want to go into. Buried. Frostbite are gonna pick Mirrodin. That's their main tank, so he's gonna be able to just jump in and out. Chromie is a lot of stall around the objective. Reed Rebel want Zul'jin. See, it's a lot of damage. A lot of auto attack damage. And Taco on the May. So, first thing I'm kind of concerned about on Regen Rebel, I don't know if they camp all that well. Like, kind of, I think the Zul'jin probably need right wing support. Meanwhile, Frostbite can just have a Rhaegar solo it if they want, or Sonya solo it. Uh, yeah, both teams have, say Frostbite have a little bit more stall with that Chromie, trying to just play around the objective and drag it out, and they have overall better macro, I think, between Rhaegar, Lunara, Sonya. And you just quickly rotate through their lanes. Uh, Regen Rebel, they're a bit more team fighty, I think. Anytime you're on Zul'jin, you're usually looking to team fight. And they have a lot of blow up potential, but it's always going to be fragile because of May. She just doesn't have the most consistent engages. If you don't land like a killer ice wall, your team's going to struggle to have any control in a team fight. Alright, let's get into map number 2, Altered Pass. Frostbite versus Regen Rebel. Frostbite has Mirrodin, Chromie, Rhaegar, Lunara, and Regen Rebel on May, Blaze, Tassadar, Zul'jin, and Brightwing. I've seen dissidents in the chat. We shall see. Sure, zoomed out. Not sure which team wins early. Orange kind of hanging off to the side. And both teams clearing this mid lane. Sonya's already in the top lane, and Lunar's taking to the bot. May in the bottom lane. Okay. So, yeah. Nothing too weird to me. As far as talents, Chromie gets to pick her second talent, level 2. Frostbite already getting up on this camp. We're gonna have a few seconds before Regen Rebel. This is something I really want to pay attention to this and see how much of an impact it will have. See, a camp clear is not fast. where Frostbite can keep getting those camps off cooldown, it can really spiral into an advantage. Already supporting this camp in the mid lane. Zul'jin does not have great wave clear as far as defending this and holding the lane by himself. Blaze showing up into the mid lane. There's 4 here, maybe looking for a kill on the Chromie. Blaze gets jet propulsion. Looks like she's gonna walk out. Some spare damage from the Zul'jin. Overall, nothing too scary. Brightwing trying to hold the lane against Lunara in the bottom. As Wall from Mirrodin's gonna be able to jump out. Using Rebel supporting their camp. Rhaegar is fully committing to W build though. I always find that interesting. Typically I don't see it as much healing as Totem build, even though Totem build got nerfed. So May's just been off-laning most of this game, or like soloing in lanes. And Frostbite already grabbed their camp, Regen Rebel on theirs now. Zul'jin, this Zul'jin's in... Okay, he's fine. He had a little scary positioning, but he was fine. And yeah, look how long it takes Regen Rebel to grab that camp. Once again, Frostbite's is already at their wall. Zul'jin getting stacks off of Sonya. May's dropping down. So on this map, typically, unless you have some character that can cheese the objective by distracting the soldiers, you're not going to claim objective until someone dies. It's a lot more important to just get macro things. Oh wait, there's a kill going on Sonya. Yep, is going to fall, 4-person gank. And that creates an opening for Regen Rebel. Although Chromie can still stalls for a very long time. Yep. And the Mirrodin is going in for stun on the Mei. I saw our wall. That buys enough time, so we just respond. Jet propulsion in though, still trying to scare off Frostbite. A lot of damage onto this Mirrodin, but should be fine. Big time trap, this could be scary. Jet propulsion gets interrupted by Mirrodin stun, but it buys enough time for Regen Rebel to channel the objective. Chromie is low on mana, but it's dealing so much damage. May's gonna have her ice wall or ice walk. And now Frostbite are gonna take their objective back. Meanwhile, Lunara and Brightwing have just been fighting non-stop in the bottom lane. It's always a little sketch to me. I feel like be healing your team in these team fights. But I guess Zul'jin, Blaze, Mei all have pretty good sustain. Both teams grabbing their camps now. This time Tassadar and Blaze to get it a bit faster. And now they draw their attention to this objective again. Just clear mid, actually. I'll take a quick look at these level 10s. Dingo. Combustion by Blaze. That's always interesting to me. I know Bunker can be kind of annoying if you have a Brightwing on your team. But it's generally just so good as Ice Wall and Black Hole, and that's going to be a kill on Rhaegar. And potentially Mirrodin's going to have to pop the Avatar. So I said the ice walls needed to be on point. Uh, that one was. It was exactly what Regen Rebel needed. Mei's trying to channel subjective, while Regen Rebel just pushes mid. Brightwing and Lunara are still just fighting. What's this Brightwing ceiling? Okay. It's higher than I thought it'd be. Up onto Mirrodin, but he's going to make it out, and Regen Rebel is going to cap this objective. And 3 seconds left. Soccer should be fine. Potential re-engage? No. So Regen Rebel are going to secure the first objective on this map. Generally, you just want to go to all lanes, make sure everything's soaked and covered. XP is still really even despite those 2 kills. Freeze on this Sonya, she's going to be able to leap out. That's big cooldown for something that did not cost Regen Rebel very much. And this top fort is going to fall. Mid's going to be cleared safely. Bot just going to be cleared by Lunara. So Regen Rebel are going to take 1 fort during the first objective. However, they almost lost, or well, they lost half of this bottom fort. So overall, not that big a deal. Now just rotating around this bottom lane, trying to apply some pressure here, but Frostbite is grabbing their camp. We'll see if that adds up. Regen Rebel scouting out this boss, probably not wanting the boss here, but yeah, they're just gonna push the bot. Sowing Sands come out from Chromie. Mirrodin leaping in, gets a stun on Tassar. No, he actually gets Black Hold. And Ice Wall lands onto both tanks. Tassar taking a lot of damage from the leaping strikes, but is still going to make it out, and Lunara does not. Ancestral comes keeping the tanks alive. However, Combustion is a lot of damage to the Sonya, is not able to make it out. So it's going to be 2 more kills for Regen Rebel, and now they can push this bottom fort in. Blaze has to clear that mid camp. Stun on the Zul'jin. Has to be careful. Gonna get the Brightwing phase shift. Zul'jin makes it out. There's a lot of minions up in that top lane right now. Now we're moving towards objective. Starting in 10 seconds. Regen Rebel grabbing their camp. This will provide some support during the objective, which Frostbites won't. But Frostbite gets their camp in like 5 seconds, so they'll be fine. And Regen Rebel's actually going positioning hard around this boss. Maybe looking for killing the Lunara. He's gonna get stun by the jet propulsion. Combustion comes out and the ice wall. Bit of a miscommunication there, and the mistimed Tatsar Q. It's not clean, but it gets the job done. And now Regen Rebel's going to take this bottom fort. Chromie has to be careful stepping through that choke. Tassar chart. Got her. Regen Rebel trying to claim this objective. Mag is running forward, trying to interrupt. Gets polymorphed after he leaps, pops the avatar. Blaze is keeping 2 members of Frostbite away. He's not going to do anything there. This is starting to spiral out of control for Frostbite. They still want to try and walk in, make something happen. This mid camp's pushing kind of far, but Overall, not a problem. Sonya's clearing lanes top. Mirrodin responds in 5 seconds unless something big happens. This next objective. That's just a kill on the Rhaegar. Ancestral Healing does not come out in time. Oh, and this Lunar is gonna fall as well. Icewall didn't even hit her. Mirrodin has to be careful now. Doesn't land the sun. Regen Rebel are pushing this hard bot, it seems. All Blaze is clearing top. We're supposed to be a little careful for, but 2 members Frostbite are currently responding. Stun on the Chromie with the Blizzard. Magus trying to make something happen. Gets a stun onto the Brightwing. And there's a leak coming in from the Sonya, but both tanks get peeled by the Black Hole and just eviscerated by the Tassadar Qs and the wall. Going to get potentially a free K. Nope, Raiden's going to make it out. 2 kills on Rhaegar and Sonya. These... I feel like the damage follow-up isn't quite there for Frostbite when they make these engages, like the Mirrodin leaps and stuns. But... And then you have the Sonya Elite. But you still need some more damage to get kills. And the disengage, or counter-engage Black Holes from Tassadar are brutal. Bottom keeps going to fall. Top keeps under pressure. Regen Rebels are almost level 20. They're likely just going to play safe and get 20s. Both teams are checking out this boss at the exact same time, and Frostbite are just going for it. They didn't scout. Zul'jin comes in with the flank, stun on Mirrodin, Ice Wall going to land on... I don't think it landed on anything. There's a Black Hole and Ancestral Healing, but this Mirrodin's stuck in so much stuff, it doesn't matter. Sonya's not able to make anything happen. Emerald wins, disengages the rest of Frostbite. Both tanks fall again. Chromie under pressure. Time Trap might keep her safe. And now Regen Rebels can take this boss if they want. So... It's not too much to do right now, you just have to get whatever macro you can. Objective's going to start in 30 seconds. You're not going to have 20s. This is as dire as it gets, unfortunately, for Frostbite. Raging Rebels going to invade this camp. Chromie moved out of position by the May slide. It's going to be another staggered death. Boss unlikely to end with 2 keeps remaining, but Regen Rebel gonna take this time, just push down these keeps. Regen Rebel takes mid keep, and now we're looking at the top. Likely gonna fall. Everyone on Frostbite just has to defend, they just have to clear everything. Regen Rebel are now just going to channel the objective. Frostbite has to find a way to stall, realistically. I don't think they're going to get 20s in time. Just Chromie far forward. Oh. Frostbite just has to play safe right now. They know they can't go in too hard, but they need to interrupt this. I don't think they can defend the full-on objective. Mirrodin's going in, gets a stun on Task, but it's interrupted by the Emerald Wind and the Black Hole. Lunar goes into Leaping Strike, doesn't get any kills, and that's going to be 3 kills, 4 kills for Regen Rebel. And with objective fully capped, that's going to be game. Not too much. Chromie actually kills Zul'jin, but these 4 people will be able to clean up the objective. Really brutal CC chain off of almost entirely off of ults for Regen Rebel. They just press R and it's so scary. It's like an ice wall and black hole and emerald winds pushing you around. Combustion got a lot of value there. And it's gonna be GG. Regen Rebel takes it 2-0. Just a quick look at the stats. Rhaegar actually healed significantly less than Brightwing. It was just a dominant performance. Once Regen Rebel got their ults online, it was too much to navigate properly to dive from the Mirrodin and Sonya and the Lunaro was not enough. So, going to be a game for Regen Rebels. I'm going to go contact them if they want an interview, just 'cause that's what people do.
Hey, man.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, just a heads up. This lobby is a locked lobby, so the other person that I think is coming for the interview can't get into this one. Can we move up to one of the regular lobbies?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll follow you.
Cool.
Word. And then watch them not show up and make me look like an ass. Hey, never mind.
Hello.
Hello. So yeah, how are you guys feeling after that?
That was really exciting and kind of stressful, but I'm not gonna lie, you've got like this fantastic radio voice that is soothing and making me feel better already.
Oh, really? Thank you.
These
It
are the
was
important things, Taco. I love it.
yeah, it was it,
He's like, does your voice move me? I need that. Yes.
it was a fun match, and I'm glad it was cast. Thank you so much for casting, because we'll be able to go back and watch and see why my wife is making me sleep on the couch.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching the match. There's a lot of ups and downs. It's very chaotic fights. Uh,
Yeah.
you want to talk about the first game? What your game plan was going into that Infernal Shrines?
Game 1.
I would say they had a really dangerous comp. They really played us really well when they caught Beast in the top there, but we just realized that they were just going to be in any bush. We couldn't walk past a single bush without being scared. I think that's pretty much what happened in that one.
Yeah, both teams by the end were playing so passive.
We just had to sit there and wait. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're like,
well,
guys, we gotta calm down. Yeah.
it looked like they drafted a pick a target and murder comp. I think someone in chat called it a Joe kill or a kill Joe comp. And it's like, well, if they can kill the tank, I'm the tank. Wait a second. No, I don't want that. And so it was like, yeah, we'll avoid that. Which usually results for, as we were talking about before the match, a really boring game. for people watching, but it was very stressful for us playing the entire time.
Yeah, no, you have to give that your utmost respect because the next mistake could just be the end of the game at that point. But the team fights were super chaotic.
Yeah, it could be that, but it was a lot of Vala and Sonya in the back that brought the chaos. Kudos to the chaos. Kudos to the chaos.
Yeah.
It was. There was a lot of stuff to look out for. Apollo, absolutely fantastic job on the Vala, and
Absolutely.
I mean, and we know that it's a team effort, right? But Vala coming around, putting a lot of pressure on us, really made us adjust, and so uh doing some good work there. And we were just fortunate enough to be able to find her in the chaos of those fights to force her back. Is really kind of what it ended up amounting to.
All right. So let's talk about game number two,
Yeah.
Alteric Pass. Do you have any plans going into that map?
Snowshoes.
That's what the May was about. She brought her own snowshoes.
Okay.
It's it's cold in them hills.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
have May with the winter coat and Blaze with the fire to keep us warm.
Yeah.
Zul'jin with the Amani rage. To
But
be fair, I call Brightwing's heels dragon farts, and theoretically there's some warmth there too.
I mean, I
how
consider
do you follow
Brightwing
that?
more reptilian, so I feel like
Yeah.
Cold Blood doesn't enjoy that.
That
Well,
is
he's got a point.
fair, and I would like for you to remove your logic from this area.
That's not our style. Yeah. If any answer to any of your questions is we don't follow logic. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I was a little concerned about the macro aspects of your team. Not in terms of wave clear, but just how being able to take that camp in the mid is really important, getting that off cooldown. But once you guys got your ults, it's just perfect like destruction. We had a big ice wall and big combustion, big everything.
Yeah,
Little
we could tell from the draft that they were going to come for us in the back line. It was kind of like game one. So the May ice wall saved us a good number of times. If
Oh,
not,
Pat,
yeah.
don't be
and
modest here. You're black. You have, as I've said before, the blackest of holes, and
It's true.
the holiest of holes. So,
Yes. It eats poison ponies. It does.
no, Pat with those black holes was definitely saving a lot of those fights, and I was doing good just to not dig up the fights with my ice walls at the wrong times. I'm sure you saw a couple of times where I ice walled in front of a combustion, and it's like, oh.
yeah, a
A
little bit of a
little bit of hot ice. Yeah.
miscommunication. But yeah, those black holes were brutal every time when Mirrored and Sonya tried to leap in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
They wanted it. Yeah. But really, honestly though, like really well played from Frostbite. They really felt it on our heels, especially like again. I'll bring it back to Apollo, his Vala. I can't remember who was the Sonya, but both of them were just they were so scary. Every time they got nearby, we were just like, oh my god, here comes the Sonya. Oh my god, here comes Luna.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
we
I give
we were a little
props to them.
skittish tonight.
Yeah, it was a little nerve wracking because just you knew someone was hunting you in every bush. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, GG's.
Yes, it was really good games. Enjoyed casting them, enjoyed watching them. Any other thoughts on the games?
Well, just really big. I guess shout out, if you will,
Yeah,
to Frostbite. I don't know if it's Magius or Magius. You'd think I would know by now, but everything's text based, right? But really enjoyed playing with him last season and playing against him last season, playing against him this season. It's good to see him coming back. And coming back with a strong team. Despite a 2-0, those matches were hard fought, or those games for this match were really hard fought. Really strong team. I'm looking forward to seeing them again in the postseason because I imagine we will. And I know that they're gonna be ready for us, so we're gonna come back ready for them.
yeah,
And just overall, and also thank you again so much for casting, and to our coach Malord Silver Arrow, and our Regen dad Murdad, the founder of the Regen, Murda, we call him Murdad, the founder of the Regen organization. So yeah, those are my pieces.
That's excellent. Anything from Prostman, Pat?
No, I'm good. I just GG's to everybody. Well played. Like just good matches for everybody tonight. I was really having a lot of fun, even when I was scared.
He was scared a lot.
I was scared a lot.
Yeah, you should be.
When you play a Tassadar, you have to be used to being afraid, and I don't know if I ever have. I'm just always afraid now.
He spends all of his time alone and afraid. It's like, isn't there a movie called that?
Alone and Afraid. I think that's a TV show. Yeah, that's when they drop people into the middle of the forest with nothing but a force wall and a black hole. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Alright.
hey, if you don't mind, I'm sorry. Are you new to casting? I hadn't really seen you around yet, and I wanted
Yes, this is
to.
my first cast.
Hey, I'm really glad you picked us for your first cast, and I tried to mention it in a tweet, but I didn't catch your Twitter if you had one. But trying to get people to come watch. Welcome to the casting community. I don't know if you've been around NGS much yet either, but just in general, like welcome to at least casting. Glad to have you, and glad to see that community growing. And yeah, just thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome, and thank you. This is definitely like new and challenging, but I really enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll do more.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really looking forward to going back and watching it tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Yep.
Thank you.
Hey, have a good night, man.
Yep. Good luck. All right, everybody. That's gonna be the end of this casting and the end of this stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I tend to just end my streams abruptly, so yeah. Goodbye.